Today we are making Shahi Kheer, a rather royal and traditional Indian dessert that is loved for its rich, creamy texture and beautiful flavors. This is not just a simple rice pudding. This is a dessert that feels special with every single scoop, and every spoonful brings a feeling of comfort, warmth, and happiness. The best part is, you don't need fancy ingredients or expert cooking skills to make it. With some very basic kitchen ingredients and 20 minutes of your time, you can make this delicious Shahi Kheer at home. Before we begin, let's gather all our ingredients and make this cooking process smooth and easy. For this Shahi Kheer recipe, first we will need around 1 bowl of pre-soaked Govinda rice, for it's known for giving a soft texture and helping the kheer become thick and creamy. Then you will need 1 liter of full cream milk, and if that's not available, you can use regular cow's milk instead. Next, we will need around half a bowl of sugar, which will bring the perfect amount of sweetness to our dessert. We will also need 1 small bowl of milk powder, because it helps thicken the milk and adds a rich, creamy, and slightly unique flavor. Along with that, we will prepare a smooth blend of cold milk with cashews and other nuts that you like to give our kheer a beautiful nutty taste. We will also keep a handful of roasted and raw cashews for that extra crunch and a royal finishing touch. You may also add saffron to give the kheer that beautiful off-orange color and a rich royal aroma. And finally, we will add some green cardamom, which will bring that traditional sweet fragrance and complete the flavor of our Shahi Kheer. Now that everything is ready, let's start making our delicious Shahi Kheer. Add 1 liter of full cream milk into a pan and let it come to its first boil. On induction, when set at 2000 watts, it usually takes around 3 to 5 minutes for 1 liter of milk to boil. Once you see that first boil, we are ready for the next step. In this clip, you can see that the milk is about to reach its first boil. This step is important because adding rice to cold milk slows down the cooking process and prevents the rice from releasing its starch properly, which helps create that thick and creamy texture. Now that the milk has reached its first boil, let's go ahead and add our rice. This is going to be the most time-consuming part of the whole recipe because we want the rice to cook nice and slow, soaking up all that creamy milk. But it's not like you have to wait an hour or so. It should only take around 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your stove and your induction. And while the rice is cooking, we will add in the rest of the ingredients as well. So there is no separate step for that. By the time the rice is done, your Shahi Kheer will be ready to serve. After around 5 minutes, or when the milk and rice mixture starts to thicken, add half a bowl of sugar. The sugar will release some moisture initially, but as it dissolves and cooks, it blends with the milk to create a smoother and richer texture. You can also use sulfur-free sugar, or what we call in our village, desi khand. It is traditionally processed and sun-dried sugar with a unique earthy aroma and a gentle, natural sweetness. If you have access to it, then know that it is a perfect choice for this recipe as it adds a deeper flavor and enhances the overall richness of the kheer. Next, I am adding milk powder, 1 spoon at a time, and mixing it properly so it dissolves evenly into the kheer without forming any lumps. And even if some lumps appear, don't worry. Keep stirring continuously and they will gradually dissolve into the hot milk, making the kheer smooth and creamy. For milk powder, I am using Nestlé's milk powder, but you can use any good quality milk powder available to you. If you want, you can add condensed milk instead of powder, but I personally prefer milk powder because it enhances the creaminess without making the kheer overly sweet. Now add 2 crushed pods of green cardamom. Crushing does 2 things. It helps release the aromatic oils from the seeds and allows the flavor to blend more evenly into the kheer. Then stir the kheer gently and let the cardamom infuse its aroma while everything cooks together. Next, add the nut and milk paste in your Shahi Kheer to give it a unique royal nutty flavor. My paste has cold milk, few raw cashews, and watermelon seeds, as they are known to add natural thickness and a smooth, velvety texture. You are welcome to add all your favorite nuts, and if they have a darker skin, soak and peel them first to maintain that rich, creamy color of the kheer. To add that royal color, I am adding saffron to the kheer. Soak 4 to 5 saffron strands in a little milk or water and let them release their color and aroma. Then add this mixture into the kheer. If saffron is not available, you can also use a small amount of natural yellow food color or just a tiny pinch of turmeric. Now stir the kheer properly so the saffron color and flavor spread evenly throughout. Finally, add all the chopped nuts. I am adding a mix of unevenly chopped roasted cashews, raw cashews, and almonds for different textures and flavors. You can also add watermelon seeds, pistachios, or any nuts of your choice to make the kheer richer. And that's it. Keep stirring until the kheer thickens a little more and reaches the perfect creamy consistency. Then it is ready to serve. Enjoy it warm or chilled with some extra nut toppings and make every bite special.